What are the biggest challenges for your students?
Well, I think in all of elementary school, it's learning to be a student. They're learning things about themselves. Am I an auditory learner? They're learning to, do I have ADD or ADHD? So I need to do this. I maybe need to use some pressure points so that I know that now's an important time to listen. So I think elementary school is all about learning to be a student. Or what do I do? I'm bored. I've heard the teacher say this before. What can I do to, keep my seat and keep listening?
Kids with ADHD or autism want to be independent. Try Goalie, the visual scheduler that guides them through routines so you don't have to. Goalie, reinventing routines.
So I think that's one of the big ones.
What are some of the things you have learned from your experience in the classroom?
Oh my gosh, I think being flexible, knowing that really with children, before I came to teaching, I thought you could make a child do something or make a child learn, and you really can't. So I tried to set up the environment so that they want to learn, they want to participate. Even when I have a child with behavior issues, I feel sometimes parents are looking at me like, why can't you make them stop? You're the teacher. But a lot of times I have to kind of go with the flow. So I do a lot where I'm rewarding them for their good behavior, and a lot of times kind of letting some of those, disruptive behaviors go. And it looks like I'm ignoring it or oblivious to it, but really if I call attention to it, then I'm just going to most likely encourage it because, they look for ways to get my attention, and I'd rather have it in a positive way.
Do you use a reward system in your classroom?
I do. It's hard because I like the children to be intrinsically rewarded and feel good about what they're doing. I would love it if they just came in here and did what they had to do.
For families living with ADHD or autism, preventing meltdowns is everything. Goalie reduces stress by enabling kids to complete routines independently. Goalie, reinventing routines.
Because it felt good and they knew it was, they needed to learn. But most kids come from homes where they've had some sort of reward system. So I use stickers. I use names on the board as a reward. I have a treasure chest. But I find that they get to a point where they want my positive reinforcement. So they start working more to hear the praise from me than just getting the sticker or getting the reward. Some of them by the end of the year they'll turn down the sticker because it just doesn't matter as much to them anymore.
What are some tricks and tips you can share with other educators?
Gosh, there's so many. One is just to be open to a lot of different ways to meet kids' needs, and every child is so different. So, don't give up if one doesn't work. Try others. Keep up your education. Keep looking into new things. And pick. I also try to, if there's a child that I'm working with and there's a variety of problems, I kind of pick one thing that I'm going to work on and kind of set that as my goal and kind of set that as his or her goal so that I'm not overwhelmed, particularly, if I have a child with an IEP that has, just a whole bunch of different kinds of things. Even though it's my job to meet those, I kind of find if I kind of narrow it down and we kind of pick them out one at a time, that it makes it not as overwhelming for me or for them.
What have you found to be the best way to rid your classroom of behavioral problems?
Well, I think one of the best things is that I'm disciplined, I'm very organized, so I set up a classroom that's set up for success for them. I try not to allow for discipline issues, and I feel like sometimes when they happen that it's me, and I reflect on, what did I do, what can I do to change that, so that opportunity for that child to, misbehave or have a problem isn't there the next time. So that's my big thing. I don't like to, I never want to embarrass a child over a discipline issue. And I don't want them to get the better of me on that too, because they quickly find that power. and they'll use that. So I keep very organized, have good classroom management, use a wide variety of, tricks and modifications, and a lot of feedback and praise. When I see something that I like, whether it's the child I'm, working with or another child, I point it out very specifically so that everybody's learning from it. Because some people think that kids just pick up on it naturally if they see good behavior modeled, and not all of them do. They need, I like this because, and, notice how so-and-so has their hands in their lap. So that's really how I approach discipline.